There we go. Oh, okay. Someone is here. Hi, Ria.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Did you enjoy your weekend?
Yeah, I'm actually away. I'm in
Oh,
Mexico City.
you're in Mexico City.
Yeah, just a small vacation with my sister, but I'm working today, and then the rest of the week
Wow.
take a
You should.
break.
What have you rented a place, or is this your hotel, or?
There is an interesting new concept called Sonder. It's like a mix between a hotel and an Airbnb, and they buy real estate in very nice neighborhoods and turn them into like boutique hotels.
Well, you have to
They
send
exist
me send
everywhere.
me. Well, send me that. Send me whatever this is that you're staying at because we actually were supposed to do that. Go to downtown Mexico City, but
Oh,
it didn't happen. But we it's on our list. So
yeah,
please send me any advice, any details, places,
yeah,
great
of
places to
course.
stay. Yes. Wow,
Good.
how exciting. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a very interesting place, like really beautiful.
Is it in La Roma? La Roma?
Yeah,
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 okay.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
this is
where
what
we'd like to
I
go. Hello, Jeannie. How are you?
Hello,
Hi,
good. How are
Gina.
you guys?
Good.
Good.
Ria is in the beauty of Zoom is that you can come in from around the world. So she's in
Oh,
Mexico City.
oh, she is. Oh, that's great. That's what you're
So
talking about.
so
Yeah,
Yeah.
you, what is that, three time zones difference for me? You're the same
It's
as Jeannie?
maybe it's 2 hours.
it's 10 o'clock here.
10 o'clock for you, Jeannie?
Yeah, in Mountain Standard. So yeah. What time are you at, Ria?
Same, it's 10
10.
a.m.
Yeah, so it's the
Yeah,
same. So it's yeah. It's like
yeah.
Mountain Standard time. Yeah, because it's kind of yeah, just down south from us. So not too bad then.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's interesting. So see, sometimes these are all set at noon our time, right? So
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's some give and take there. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
no, they're always 9 for me, or the after it ends up being the afternoon when they're after work hours there, right? I've got
yeah,
2 or 3 o'clock for the board. Awards at 9, they have their set at 11. So yeah, but it works out okay for me. It's okay. It's
it's
not lunch
okay.
hour, but
Yeah, it's lunch. I sort of rapidly go down, and we had
yeah,
a we
that
had
works
one
okay.
we had 1 week of extremely hot weather. It was like 28
Yes.
degrees here.
That's amazing. I know I had heard that. That's crazy. Yeah.
It was strange. Last weekend I was skiing, and then this weekend I was at the cottage opening the cottage, and I had my feet in the water.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh,
Hi, Alex.
hello.
Oh, she might be. Oh, no, she.
Oh no, say hi.
Hi,
What do
one
you?
Hi,
second.
Alex.
Hello.
Okay, Alex. No, don't say shh.
Yeah.
Shush, shush. We need more children.
Yeah, we need some background. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I haven't met Alex before. Okay, this is
Oh,
good.
you haven't? Oh, okay. She wasn't on. Oh, yeah, the last meeting. I think she had problems or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I have I mean what I've done if Ria's that's really nice of you, Ria, to come in. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
probably skip the meeting.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I
If
know
I was
because
in
we,
Mexico City. So what I
Yeah.
did, we've already talked a little bit, but just in terms of the record of decisions, I've just um
Put together the same
yeah,
for
I
you.
just put together the same issues that what we did was just reformat. So the past business is all there, all our items we can go through. And then a few new business items that I've added. And one which I'd like to talk about, I mean, we'll wait till well, I don't know who else is coming on. Um, so we'll just
It
wait.
might just
Uh,
be us if, yeah.
Alex, hello, we haven't met before.
Oh,
Well, we met very, very, very briefly, maybe at
We
the first
did?
meeting.
maybe first one, maybe back
Yeah.
in February or something. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
okay. It's not the same on a screen.
And where are you based out of?
I'm in Kingston, Ontario.
Oh, you're in Kingston. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So not far from us. Okay.
Not
Yeah.
too far now.
Yeah, well, I was just saying about how we experienced the winter weather or the summer weather and no
Oh, it
spring
was
weather.
amazing.
I
It was
know.
amazing. Yeah.
I mean, I had my feet in now the lake was a bit cold. It was still about
Yeah,
4
but
degrees.
still, you
But still, I mean,
yeah.
last week skiing, this week, I mean, it's
And Alex just said it was amazing. Does that mean it's ended and you're going back to normal?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's now
Yeah,
raining here.
it's now, yeah, it's rainy and a bit overcast and cooler.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're still not. This weekend was nice. I was in the hat. It was like went up to like 18 degrees, so it was really warm, but there's still a coolness in the air. There's still snow to kind of be melted. So, and then later this week we're supposed to maybe get rain, chance of snow and only be about 7. So we're not quite out of it yet.
Yeah.
So I don't do any yard stuff till May because I'm
No.
still waiting for the snow to disappear, but
Yeah.
eager to. Yeah.
And Ria, it was colder in parts of Mexico than here. It was like 13
Yeah.
degrees. So is
Yeah.
it warm there?
Today is like 17, 16
that's
degrees,
nice.
which is
Oh.
really nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. But I
Alex?
think in Toronto was record high temperatures last week,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is a
okay.
bit scary, but
Is this Alex? Who is Alex? Who is the additional member?
Yeah, the little redheaded boy that we see a bit in the background.
Sorry. No, that's I have 3 sons, and that's my middle son. He's somewhat under the weather, enough that he was home today.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all
I guess
right.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
This is
saying
not
it's nice to see a child in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and here's Lisa.
Hi,
Okay, so we've
Lisa.
got
hi,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Got
quite a few
everybody.
people here. Okay. It's 12. Ria, do you think we should just start and just
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if Theodora will be joining other meetings or
No, so I got a message from her saying, unfortunately, she's still in the same situation with her. She's taking care of a parent. So, and that's been sort of touch and go. So she sent me a regret. She said she'd try, but
Yeah.
so there's hospitals, there's all that, all this. It's the impacts of having to take care of someone else.
Parents,
And fair enough. And I just say, do not everything, but she will be wrapping up at the end of the month. So
yeah.
there's a few other things, but I think I've got a pretty good handle on things. I think she said always that if I need
you
to
can reach out. Yeah.
reach out to her, but generally I think things are kind of swimmingly along. Like I've gotten Nicole to put together a full task list of everyone, all the committees. So many. So I'm still getting my head around a little bit of it, but I think I've got some control. I've got a few new business items to talk about. So okay, so Ria's here, so I can click that. Nope, so she put in, okay, so Ria, Nicole, Mark, okay, I'm gonna talk about Mark, so
Yeah.
he's not there. And it was positive, it's nothing bad.
We have everybody but them. Theodore and Mark.
So Theodore won't be there, Jeannie's there, Alex is there. Lisa is here, and then I'm here. And Nicole, yeah, she doesn't need to be here. So, and I think we're recording. So what I do with the recordings now is I migrate them to a private YouTube channel. So you can, I don't think anyone watches these recordings, but if you ever need to, they're going to be more accessible so that they're not just in the cloud somewhere.
Yeah.
In any case, so the idea was to go through this. So Lisa, you came on a little later. So Ria's in Mexico City. I'm in Norway. No, I'm not in Norway.
Oh, you'd like to be.
I don't know. we could be anywhere in the world. I
Yeah.
don't know. So this is really kind of amazing. So I'll give it to you, Ria, and I think we walked through some of the past business.
Sure.
I'll just take the notes so that you can see the notes.
Sure. I think a lot of the past business is there were items for Mark to take care of, so I'm not sure how we're gonna
Okay, we'll just walk
move
through
them.
this. Is everyone okay with this? Can someone?
Yeah, we can, yeah, no, it's fine. Let's just go through them bullet point and then we can come up to speed with.
Okay, I'll send it and then Jeannie will. Okay. So, yeah. So Ria, what was it? You,
So like Mark the brochures to the drive, so we don't know.
Yeah, I think this was completed, but the other two items, I think the webpage needed to be updated for the awards because the application was for 2022. So, but Mark is not communication advisor anymore, so I don't know how we're gonna take care of these items.
So yeah, Andrew, can we maybe chat about the awards? Because that is an item for this month on communications. I don't know if you have it as new business, but I wasn't at the last meeting. So, but I know I saw the emails. So, yeah, Andrew, do you know the status of, because we're going live May 1,
yes.
with rolling out people being able to submit for the awards, right? So May 1st, it'll be ready. I did a review of the handbook as Craig asked. That looked good, but what's the website status? Is it ready to roll or still being done?
Website status is I think everything is looking good. I have to check the date. So just
okay. Yeah. So Ria, we were working on the website. I know that back in March, I remember that, and I didn't get to dive into it, but some of the board, I think, took a look at testing the website, you know, get a full test of it, trying to just people could go in and see if everything worked good for the online submission.
Yeah,
so it's probably just getting smoothed out.
There's some minor changes to be made,
Okay.
and that's it. Everything else worked out well. We gave Chris all these steps to. We just gave them screenshots of what needs to be fixed, and we'll upload a hard copy, which I think has been approved of the submission. The Mark Nonkes and then announce on social media after the webpage is updated. Okay, so that's ongoing.
Yeah.
So right now, what I've had meetings with him, and so I'll do it in new business, but just to say that I'll probably be covering a little bit of this while we transition.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, because from the communications perspective, I mean, the website getting up, and then the big key is the announcement on social media that it's
we'll
now
do that.
live and up, right? So that's pretty much it, I think, for communications and awards right now.
To be discussed. So 2.2, we talked about this. I just don't have the money, unfortunately. It's just so expensive, and I don't know what the bang for the buck is. Your fees are going for me to have a living, so for now, so that's where the big chunk of our funds is, but that'll be a budgetary consideration. I think in future maybe there'll be an option. I actually think we should be people should be paying us to advertise.
Exactly.
That's a flip side.
How much is it? What was the intent of this? Just remind me. It was for CAHP to just advertise to get members through Canadian Architect.
I think Canadian Architect reached out to Mark, or maybe through Nicole. I don't really remember the details, but then
to see if we wanted to advertise.
Yeah, and then I think Mark had a discussion with someone from Canadian Architect about costs, and the costs were very high. I don't remember the number.
Like how high, Andrew? I'm just curious because I know what our planning ones are with CIP or with APPI. What are the architects ones?
Well, I don't have a number in front of me, but my assumption is they're probably to $5,000 to $10,000.
That
Mhm.
much, okay, yeah, that's a
Wow.
lot,
I mean, I don't have my Canadian Architect magazine in front of me right now, but I was
Yeah.
reading it on the weekend, and they're large, you know, they're
yeah,
the ads come from the largest companies
yeah,
and
okay,
associations. So the Canadian Standards Association has a full page ad and things like that.
yeah,
So,
okay, no, that's fine.
I don't think we get anywhere really with it
I
at
don't
this
know
point.
either.
I mean, it's mostly, yeah, it's all the associations and the RAIC members, and then I guess there are people that are out there that it's, I don't know what the circulation is, but it's definitely too much for us right now.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just
Mhm.
don't have it in the budget. I'll just tell you that.
yeah,
Mhm.
sounds good.
I turned down
Um,
one, actually, I turned down one for the Locale magazine, the National
Oh,
Trust magazine. It's too expensive. It was $3,000. We don't have $3,000 though. And
Yeah,
I don't know how many of you are members of the National Trust and get the magazine, but it goes out twice a year.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I I think we need to revisit it as a committee once I get sort of the house in order, the money in order. Because there's,
mhm.
and then once we start seeing where revenues are coming in, then maybe we could revisit it.
And we
Mhm.
seem to be getting a good number of members through whatever our social media and our other things. I mean, we're getting lots of applications, right? And inquiries, so,
Oh, yeah, yeah. There's again 72 waiting, and I just had 3 more this week asking for
yeah,
sponsor letters. So,
yeah,
Mhm.
and I think there's still another untapped area that we'll be looking
Yeah.
at. But
okay.
okay,
Yeah, that's great.
so
The next
2.3.
item is the budget. So Andrew and I discussed that all these items, I don't know if you remember from the last meeting, Mark was talking about like Canva account, MailChimp, and translation, and if it should be part of the committee budget, and we discussed that it's not, and will be operational cost. But Andrew, I have a question about the budget. When are we supposed to submit it?
We have a all committee budget meeting.
Oh, okay, perfect. So not before the meeting, after.
No, before it should be, but I've pushed it out because it's not a complicated budget review. I have to do with the executive on Friday, the 28th. And then I think it's in, oh, where is it now? I have to look for it here.
So
There is an all committee budget here, a committee chapter budget, both chapters and committee on Thursday, the 27th.
yeah, I have it. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
perfect. But before that, should we discuss the budget for this committee?
Yes,
Because
so I
yeah.
think I've got some budgets are in. I already have some of them. Some haven't asked for anything. They don't want anything. So if there is any, there was a template that was sent out for the end of March. March 31st was the deadline for it. But it's, you know, I'm not too worried about it as long as if you have an ask and it's something, I'm not worried about small items like this would be $300 or something, but if we have something like a $4,000, $5,000 ask, there's a $7,000 ask, and I'm just not sure where to find this money, but that's the kind of thing. What I will do is I will, for the communications, all of these costs will come under a communication line in the budget. So it's going to be an operational line. It's not going to be you don't have to formally ask for the accounts to be renewed or anything. Or
yeah.
I mean, this is
Okay.
But if there is some marketing material, we'd have to discuss that at committee. One that might be the communications committee. I don't know. Well, it's more marketing. I've got a marketing line now that wasn't there before, so I'm trying to do the marketing costs as cheaply as possible to get biggest bang for the buck. And there might be some ideas that the committee has that could feed into it. But I'll be operationally the communications budget will be where all of these things reside, and they'll just be, again, like MailChimp. We've got a free version of MailChimp right now, so it's not,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Canva is
I think-
you know,
Yeah, I think last year's budget was 1,900 and it was all to cover these items, the Canva
Yeah.
account. So I don't know if we want to ask for anything specific.
Yeah, you
We're not-
can if you want to,
Yeah.
and definitely if it's something, I'd say be strategic about it. If you really want to ask for something as the committee, be strategic about it. I mean, making brochures, we've got brochures already. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of
no, I
these
don't think
things are, yeah.
we have all the templates. There was one item, I think you also have it in the new business to get new photos for the website. I think that would be something good to
Okay,
have.
I
to-
don't have that,
um,
but, okay, I'll put that in there.
could be an item that we can.
I know that Mark always was concerned about,
Yeah, he brought up the idea of maybe hiring a photographer that would go to Willowbank, for example, and just take
yeah,
photos of students working. But I don't know how much this would cost and if there's enough budget for like this year.
well, I don't know, a photographer per day to go out there, that's
Yeah.
500 at least, I'm sure, maybe more.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it in there as part of the minutes, and then I can follow up if there is something that I can follow it up with you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, okay, we'll put that in there. It's true that that was a concern. Although I
Mhm.
noticed that of the images, there's plenty of people working, like people images. I mean,
Mhm.
that's what he was worried about.
Yeah, maybe it's not a priority. Like it's not really.
I mean,
Uh,
Willowbank, I had a meeting with Willowbank and
mhm.
they're struggling a little bit, but okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
2.4 and 2.5 are very much related, and they're related to the membership pages update. And we discussed these in the website subcommittee meeting.
Mhm.
So I think it's just generally updating the website for membership categories.
Mhm.
So CAP in turn, we need to update the benefit. I think this was completed. And then for retired, to add a benefit and remove inactive from the membership categories. So I haven't really looked at the website to see if this was completed, but I also drafted a list of these changes that we discussed, and they're on the drive in the website subcommittee folder. So I think these items are actually website subcommittee items.
Okay, and just to say that I still haven't learned all of again, Mark wasn't doing much of the web content. He was really focusing on the social media, but there's it's a certain piece of software within the website to do all the content. And I haven't actually walked through it. Ideally, the new comms person will do it, but I think I may have to end up doing some of this just in interim. But if I have that list of all of the things that need to change, I would just focus, I just follow, and it might have to include you as a meeting, and I can just share and we can just fix it up.
Yeah, so all these items are on the
Yeah.
website subcommittee list right now. So
Okay.
I don't know if we keep them here or.
I think put it in the folder, and then
Yeah.
If I have a list of all of the sort of they're not bugs, but tasks to do for the website, then we can start playing away at it. I just haven't, I've looked at the website, the structure behind it, but I just don't know the whole, the way in which everything, it's all in different little, what are called plugins. So anyway, okay.
This item was completed. I sent Mark a list of conferences. I don't think the conferences have a page on the website. I don't know how people can find them. It was in one of the newsletter links, and then I couldn't find it on the website, so I don't know where it actually lives.
Is this for, what is this for?
I think CAHP sends just a list of conferences every year to all members to participate in or like register, just like information for members. But when I went on the website, I couldn't find this list.
Is it for members only? Is it in the members only?
I think so. Yeah, probably.
Oh.
So in
anyone-
one of the meetings before, we discussed if under learning resources, we can have a page that is just called conferences,
Oh, I
and they
see.
list
Okay.
all the international conferences, national conferences for that year.
Priya, I
Yeah.
just found it, but only by searching it in Google. Like if I search CAHP conferences, you can find it, but I don't know where it actually lives. Is that what you're having?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it lives anywhere that you can actually find on the website.
Huh.
So I don't know what the value of this page is if nobody knows where it lives.
What is it called?
Not
It's
much.
called, is it the learning resource, Alex? Is it learning resources?
I honestly have so I'm on the page right now, but
There's no name
I have
to
no
it.
idea where it lives. Like it's called 2023 Heritage Related Conferences.
Okay.
But I only could get it from searching and then
Yeah.
clicking, but like I'm in the website and I don't understand where it's like embedded.
Okay, so it's a
Yeah.
published page, but it doesn't have like a nomenclature, like it's not
Yeah.
embedded somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay. It's just a
Yeah.
page that's published. Okay. Heritage related page on conferences. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So it's just called 2023 Heritage Related Conferences, and then it's just themed by province.
Oh,
Mhm.
Or no, it's not even themed by province. It's just got a list of them.
okay.
There's 4 on here right now. Yeah.
Mhm. So
Okay.
maybe in the future, when the learning resources page is updated, we can have sub-pages for conferences, for
Mm.
workshops.
Okay, yeah.
But I think that needs a lot of work. The learning resources page is really underutilized right now. So that's,
And I wonder if it's a members only page.
yeah. Could
It
be.
is a members only page. Learning resources. Like Alex found it through just a Google search.
Yeah. I wasn't logged into my
No.
account.
Yeah, so
So we need to secure that page within the members area. I think that's what I mean. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Noted. On we go.
Membership page, we had a really long discussion in the last website subcommittee meeting about just the membership page, about updating, for example, the application process. So the text on the website aligns with the actual application process. So when people are interested in applying, they would go on the website, read the steps, and the steps match with the actual application form. So I also included this on the list.
Yeah.
A task list for the website.
So these are a lot of website. Yeah. Okay. So
they're all website
yeah.
changes. Yeah.
Okay.
Next one is the same. The chapters pages. I think they have been updated, but of course the French pages are not updated at all. And I also noticed that some of them don't have consistent like images or banners or informations.
Okay.
And BC chapter actually asked for 2 pages because they have a lot of information they wanted to share on CAHP-ACECP's website.
Okay.
So
maybe
it's also a website.
just gonna note this. I think I can probably create new pages, but new pages. Okay, that's fine. It's not even that difficult to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, another. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll add this to the list in case I haven't already.
Yeah. So if Rhea, you can, or we put Chris Rhea. A. Let's put operation. Okay. Okay, so that's one that's really outstanding. I think that's been floating around for months and months and months. So I better that one really needs to be dealt with. Okay.
And And
New
then new
business?
business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I added these two in. One is the proposal to combine the two committees. Not sure how people feel about that. It just saves us a little bit of time. Looks like, as you can see, a lot of these things are, I mean, we
Yeah.
could, it's like web subcommittee related, and then there's comms related things. We could maybe like break it into two parts. The web subcommittee things, I think maybe they're like, so like real practical business, like, you know, little detailed things. We could probably just wrap those up into a committee, part of the communications committee, and
Mhm.
just have a web section, because
I-
yeah, we might
I-
have sometimes,
agree.
sorry.
I agree, because I sat in one or two of the subcommittee to pass along things with the membership stuff. But in the end, we're talking a lot of it, so it feels like we're just kind of pushing it over when we maybe could be just contributing, you know, together. But when we talk about these topics, I know that some of them, I know that the subcommittees they always have Chris at them. So it would mean maybe having Chris, you know, for part of this, our meeting too, or you just we just pass it along to him, and whoever is doing that has this detailed discussion with them, rather
Yeah.
than have to all be talking those details, right?
Yeah, I think for this, for communications, I think this one's, the idea is this part of it would be the strategy for getting our
Yeah.
message out there. And
Yeah.
then the web subcommittee stuff is really probably going to be taken over. Like, you just have to say there's a
It's what
problem
we
with it.
need, right? Yeah, and then
You just need to
Yeah.
say, this doesn't make sense. Or Alex just said, well, why is this, you know, I can find it on
Yeah.
Google, but I can't find it here. Okay, good, thank
Yeah.
you. So we
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
we
and
could
then-
just
yeah.
move on those. Those are just tasks or bugs or whatever that we can just deal with. So
Mhm.
that's why I thought, if we could spend,
Just
once I
combine it.
get, yeah, and if I get a good comms person and Chris is on board, then we'll bring Chris in for, say, you know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, saying, okay, there's a problem here,
Depending on the agenda.
or I just, you know, communicate with them. The one
Right.
thing you see here, I'm going to talk about something that's a web related one, which is, well, it has to do with membership web, I guess. And one of it is our we charge for our when you pay your fees, there's a processing fee that goes into it. And we pay a lot of money each year for that processing fee to authenticate your credit card and so on. You know how a credit card company will charge you, you know
3%
this.
or something.
Yeah, well, this is
2% or
it's pretty high. So
they get charged. Mhm.
I've reached out to an American company that has presence here called Stripe, and I asked them if they had a Canadian nonprofit, and the person has written back saying, yes, we could figure something out where we'll give you a reduced cost. So it's much cheaper to use Stripe. Stripe's very simple, it's easy to use. So it's just a different version of this. I have to take that up with Chris. It doesn't really need to be talked about here. This is all stuff that you don't even need to think about. It's just business in the background. But I'm trying to reduce. We paid $3,800 for the year.
Processing.
Yeah, for processing. There was like an ad hoc fee every month, just like, and they couldn't explain what it was. So I mean, it's a bit.
Trying to
bit of-
become more efficient, yeah, with our money.
Yeah, I think we have to do that. So one is that's the idea, is to maybe we could meld those together, and we don't have to be committed so much. And I don't know, Alex and Lisa, are you on the web subcommittee? No. So
No, I
you're
was
on-
going to ask who is.
And I'm not either. I just sat in. Rhea, who has
That's
been
right.
on it? Yeah.
It's just me and Mark and Theodora.
And Theodora, so that I'll take over
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah.
I think
Me
we
as
should
well.
just,
let's just
and
combine.
Lisa was there. That's right.
Yes,
Lisa's
sorry,
on
Lisa
there.
joined the
Lisa
website.
joined the website
Yeah.
one.
I think we
But
just smush it all together.
Let's do
Yeah.
one a month for communications. Then we all can be involved in giving. Yeah.
Because the items we discuss in the website subcommittee are items we discuss here, and then
Yeah.
we say, let's talk about them in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
basically just all the same
And
issues.
Yeah, I think Mark was, I think he only really had Fridays available, so it was always on a Friday, and like, who wants to have a meeting on Friday? And honestly, I'd like a no meeting Friday, but I haven't got there yet, so.
Yeah. So no, I'm
Okay.
good with that.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
too.
Okay, so I don't think we need any motion for that.
No.
Committee
So we
overreach,
basically delete the website meeting and just keep these.
yeah,
meetings.
I'll do that.
Perfect.
And the agenda will just cover all those items.
Yeah, we'll just put
Mhm.
everything on one list.
I saw the job posting for the communications person, but am I missing something? Like, did Mark just decide to move on?
Oh,
Oh,
Or
you
is-
may
yeah,
haven't
sorry,
heard, yeah.
Alex. So,
It's
sorry.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, I should be, this is communications, so I should communicate with you.
No, we're at the communications position.
Oh, wait, no,
now.
we're here.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
here.
exciting.
You've
So
been
I had,
patient.
so I had a meeting with Mark about a month ago, and he flagged that because he has a full-time job. So he has a full-time job that's now, he got a promotion. So he's been raised to a manager of a group working. Actually, it's quite wonderful work. It's the people who work on bringing refugees into Canada. We don't, no one wants to be a refugee anyways, but unfortunately that's the situation. And so he's working with their county. He works with the county on this issue, and now he's got a team of a few people, and he just simply doesn't have the time to do it anymore. He likes doing it, and he enjoyed it. He likes all the design aspects. He's got a comms background, communication background, but he felt, and I knew, I was sort of asking, well, do you want to do this on top of having to do everything else you need to do? Do you have to come home and then, oh, great, now I got to sit down and write tweets or something? I mean, it's not really the most fun.
Ideal.
So I think also so once he realized, okay, I'm on, and he walked me through the MailChimp, he's walked me through the iConnect, he's walked me through all the things that we do. We've done postings already together, so I know the system. It's not that complicated. There's not much to do, actually. And I think he felt comfortable saying, okay, I'm ready to, I think he's been wishing to do this for a while, but he just felt like there was no one else there to sort of take it over. So then he put in his resignation, which was fine. And then we've written I wrote the poster and got it approved by the executive, and I think the full board actually, and posted it. I have 35 applicants already through the LinkedIn, and I spent some of our money, just a little bit, just to test it out to see what would happen. This whole sort of like spending money to post, jobs is, I don't know, it's a little bit mysterious, but I put $100 in. It recommended I pay $2,500 and I'll get lots of applicants. I'm thinking, I don't need to spend $2,500. Thank you very much. So I just tried it with $100, and in fact, in a matter of 2 days, I burnt through $100. So I personally don't think it's really a useful way to do it. It's too expensive, but we did get 35 applicants. I'll go through them. It's not Algonquin, it's Algonquin. I gave it to the PR relations, the PR program at Algonquin College, because Mark had recommended them. They said they produced some very good people out of that program. His recommendation was not for someone like an undergrad in heritage conservation or anything like that. None of us types, because he said that they just don't have the acumen in terms of understanding how to do analytics on the websites and all that kind of stuff. So he recommended that. He recommended a program like that. So I gave it to them. I don't know if I've seen anyone from that program yet. I also sent it to all the heritage conservation programs at Carleton, because I just know the people. If you do know someone, like, I am fully open. If you have someone that that would be just like, it's not many hours, so it's like someone who's busy doing something else or has a part-time position here, or doesn't want to work a lot and is just interested in a few things. It's just hard because the comms role is generally, you know, like you need to be on social media, you need to, I don't know what the impact is there. The LinkedIn page is
Mhm.
actually the best for us as professionals, or
Mhm.
whatever, you as professionals. That's probably the best website that gets the most bang for what we put on there. Instagram is, he's given an analysis of all of this, and Instagram's fine, but it doesn't really help us much unless you're, you know, I mean, I
Yeah.
put the
I
the
He
hiring poster there, and with,
Yeah.
but to link things is not very easy.
He gave in January a good, and I think we
Yeah.
got it last fall too, just a good, we could kind of see, he shared what was, what the advantage, and then COVID affected it a little bit too, and
Mhm.
that, so,
Mhm.
but I think being on all platforms is a value. I'm on all platforms, so it at least gives the ability to,
Yeah.
for those of us who are on them all, to then,
Well, again, I just put that out there last Thursday, Friday out.
Yeah.
We had there's another, the advocacy committee has got an acceleration fund with Natural Resource Canada, so I had to work on the fund, the federal funding application, so I just didn't really get fully to it. And so these are just the ones that have come in since, so
Yeah.
I'll
And
go through them.
Andrew, I was just referring to, and I'm not saying that the advertisement need to go on all. I think LinkedIn's just fine. I think that the social media posts for CAP being on all the platforms, even though some are of more value
Yeah.
than others, but at least we're getting the word out there through
Yeah.
all of them on
Yeah.
things.
So I think we'll try to, I mean, some of the comments I've gotten back, the feedback I've gotten on some of the communications is that we're sometimes like reposting information that's already known by most of us anyway. Like, is it good, or can we tweak it to have, you know, content that's a little more
Mm.
surprising, or something that you haven't actually
Expected,
seen?
yeah.
I think most of us know exactly what issues are out there, what legislative impacts that are going on, there's like so much happening that I think we go through and see all this, but if you see it 3 times, you're like, okay, well, I don't know. So
And I must say, just sorry to interrupt, Mark, when he reached out like last year, and that to me, that's where I first met him. Actually, I was on the board and stuff, but then he sent a direct message, and he was just saying, like, if I had any projects or things like out west here and things like that that you could showcase, then you're kind of getting into a market. But even if we're aware of even news stories, right, and things like that, then CAP can kind of pick them up. So that's what you're talking about. He was looking for some of those different things that people maybe wouldn't, we as professionals across the country maybe wouldn't be aware of, and then therefore take interest in. Yeah.
Well, definitely regionally.
Yes.
I would enjoy every region being in there, but I'm not in the social sphere of like what's happening in Alberta and BC right now. Like I just I'm not connected. I'm connected, but I'm not that connected that I know what's happening there now. That word of mouth is still probably, even though we're in this ridiculous, you know, virtual world, word of mouth is still, I think, tops for most people. I mean, it really is only when people talk to each other that, and I know it doesn't feel like that sometimes, but it still does. I know in the podcasting world, that's exactly how people really get their podcasts out there, is by word of mouth. It's not through advertisements or postings on Instagram or a tweet or anything. Twitter isn't really, I don't think it's going to get much traction for us. I don't think it doesn't already, but we'll continue to use it. But I don't think it's really, I think Mark had probably identified that.
I think he was talking about this a lot before, like maybe a month or so ago, that Twitter seems like it's not getting any attention.
No, and it's going through it's you know, it's doing whatever he's doing,
but
Elon and his team.
I think being on Instagram is valuable just to have a presence, especially for younger people, like if they want to join the organization.
And I definitely sorry, where are you right here? So I definitely see that where are we here there? That's essentially it is kind of nice and jazzy. We don't want to look at that. But
This is
this is our Instagram, so you know, like
okay. Oh yeah.
like 734 followers. It's not like the, you know, we're not like I don't know, Taylor Swift or something.
We're
But I
never
think
gonna be so.
700 is maybe low for an organization.
Is it?
Mhm.
I have no
Probably. I
idea.
mean, I know because our little office has an account and
Well, yeah,
we,
yeah, okay. You guys are
yeah,
like, you guys are really like social guru types.
yeah. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we can in the future increase followers.
Well, yeah, and it's I mean, I was on this when I was with the Canadian Register. When I was the manager of the Canadian Register, we were the first people in federal government, because we had a bit of leeway to put social media together. So when Twitter was established, I set up a Twitter account. I spoke at a National Trust conference about this about 15 years ago, about saying, well, you got to really leverage what you have, and how authentic is it, and it's all those kind of things. It's just like
Mhm.
we get so much of it that I think we've got to find a special thing. If it's meaningful to you guys, then great, I'll do it. I don't want to send out like a, you know, another kitten picture, you know, like it's
No.
we're really interested in how do we make meaningful content for ourselves. I mean, that's
Yeah, for the members, and I would say it is, like I said, not that I'm on social media tons, but I'm on it enough, right?
no,
And
yeah,
you know, seeing the CAHP stuff is always, you know, there's certain for our membership, certain educational awareness, things
yeah.
like that, you know, the members might, and we get the eye connect, but it's that stuff that's not just, you know, business wise organization.
Well, the newsletter is, I think, yeah, it's useful. I don't know. I can watch how many people open it, and it's pretty good opening. It's for a newsletter, it's about 65%, which is pretty good for a newsletter. I mean, there's sometimes an unsubscribe, but most of the, I think a lot of people rely on that. I'd like to improve it a little bit, but say on posting things, I think there's a couple of interesting talks coming up and so on. It definitely helps for the work rooms. I do have an events email, but I think people get so much email, unfortunately, like pandemic email, that it's just, we just sit here triaging email all day now. So that's maybe, sometimes it's worked. The event that I had in the spring worked that way through the email. It seemed like people were okay with that, but something bigger, it just may not be the way to go, and it's through the iConnect, I don't know, and then through social media. There's the next workroom I'm trying to create. There's a couple. There's going to be one through the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Task Force. So I think we're going to do hopefully two. Actually, Jeannie, are you on it? No, you're not on that one. You're on so
We're
many.
not on that one. no.
Okay, so that one, it's Sarah. That's right, Sarah.
Yes, Sarah's the one with the equity.
So we'll do one on, I think, marginalized spaces or places maybe, or especially in the context of Ontario and Bill 23 and the regs behind not able to match, you know, with the registers and all that. Anyway, that could be one. And then we're going to do the spring survey through the social media. So we'll announce the spring survey that's going to go out. And we will do another work room on, I think, people that are from different communities in the heritage world. I think it's probably been done before. I think you did do one last fall, but we might do that. And then another one that I'm trying to just, actually this morning I was reaching out to the University of Ottawa, but that it would be, and actually if anyone knows anyone doing this, it's kind of terrifying if you have used ChatGPT, but I don't know how many of you have even tried it, but this thing is going to change your life. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, the AI thing.
Yeah, this is the AI.
Mhm.
that I've found out that certain architectural firms are already using AI, and they're, using it, but they're saying they're not saying they're using it. What I'm hoping to do is one called AI and Heritage, and open it up. So there'll be ones that are for members only and other ones that will get more people out there. This one's a bit terrifying because I've tried it out and it's not bad. Like I just asked it to give me the specifications for building a brick wall. And it was not bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. Like it's not, it's
Someone from our office actually, because sometimes we work on heritage impact assessments, so we
yes,
would like
HIAs.
assess, I don't know, a brick wall and then describe the problems and recommendations. So they were just like testing this platform, and they just typed the issues with the wall, and it produced recommendations that were so surprising. Like we didn't know how to, they were perfect, almost like recommendations you would write as a heritage professional.
Yeah,
So it was a
here.
bit scary, but also we were wondering, like, where's this gonna go in the future?
Yeah, that is a little bit.
Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah.
So I've already like tried, just ask me something. Alex, what does your son want for his birthday? What's your son's name?
Oh, Zephyr. ZEPHYR.
ZEPH. Oh, Zephyr. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
A Zephyr. Is that
It's well,
Greek?
it's
Is it
Greek.
Greek?
Yeah,
Latin?
no, it's Greek, and it's in sailing.
A
It's
Zephyr.
a warm westerly breeze.
Yes, that's
Oh,
right.
nice.
Oh, I think we have a
Great.
sailor.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have a sailor.
And so what's he
There's
want
some
for his birthday?
He actually wants a digital watch.
Oh,
Okay, let's put in this
yeah.
is different. Does Zephyr want for his birthday? And watch what comes back. Like it doesn't matter right now, but
Yeah.
it's going to. Oh, okay. Unless it's public available.
Or well, at least it gives an answer. Yeah.
Okay, but this is good because
Yeah.
if I wrote how to make a bomb or something, it will also say I'm not able to do that, right? It's got checks and balances, but
Yeah.
I tried private heritage business, so I want some sponsorships for the organization. Mortar mix here's one.
Oh,
So
so
unfortunately it isn't that bright, so it came back with just all of our Upper Canada Village.
Yeah.
It just came back with and the question was private heritage businesses. So anyone was in the trades, any companies that work, and it doesn't understand that
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
So it does have all the museums and so on. So I'm asking, there's some specialists, there's a group at University of Ottawa that deal with AI, and I'm hoping that maybe someone, but if you know of anyone, I think it's kind of going to change our business. No, it's going to change our lives. It's kind of frightening. I've seen the renderings. If you ever look at the Mid-Journey is the name of the AI for renderings, and oh my goodness, like what you did in Revit before, I don't know who's an architect here, but or something, a designer. Whoever was working in that, forget it. Like you're going to just create a design for something, and it'll give you 600 options, and you'll choose the best one you like. It's just terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and so I do have one person who's a member here that admitted that they're using it within their office. And now, Ria, you said that someone was trying it out.
Yeah, they were
if it comes to anything legal, so all of your land tribunal question marks, anything to do with assessments, even a cultural impact, or no, like a cultural heritage impact assessment, or even like I tried out some history questions on it, and of course it's got the whole internet there. It's still not smart enough. It doesn't have critical thinking. Like you can't.
That's what I was going to say. Like in a heritage impact assessment, there's baseline, information, but then it's a lot of analysis. And if there's not,
Can't do that.
Yeah.
No analysis. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's good because that's where it's like, oh,
Yeah. But if you need like you want to start with a section that you are exhausted because you've done 2 days of analysis, you come back and you throw in the questions with very specific terminology that you need to have. The lawyers are already using it. The lawyers are already putting in cases because they can go through all of the legal precedents rather than them sitting and looking at each
deeper and
thing
going
and
through and doing, so the
digging through.
gathering is stuff. Yeah.
So we're right on, this is the beginning of it. We're not anywhere near the analytical stage. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's how it'll be used, Alex. I think it'll be used as another tool, which you already do. You do a Google search. All of you do a Google search for,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what comparatives I can use in my report. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at it's still kind of very dumb for me because if I ask about specific, analytical, critical questions about, heritage or something like that, it has zero
Yeah.
knowledge. In fact, it's not even bright on heritage. I think that's one of the points. It's like brighter on, like it can create code. If you can't code and you want a little piece of coding, it can now code. You can ask it to make a little button for your website or something. Yeah, it can do it all. So those are the kind of things. It could probably write all of your social media. I asked it to write a sponsorship form letter. Perfectly good sponsorship form letter. I don't have to sit there going, oh yeah, what's the
Or do
formal term?
Google and search out what best practices are and stuff like that.
It'll eventually replace your Google bar where you go, if it's, I don't know, like birthday, we're just talking about birthday. So best birthday cake, chocolate, gluten-free. It won't go search for one. It'll just create one for you.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm scared the pants off of all
I'm
of this.
glad you're on it anyways.
Yeah, Monday.
Exactly.
But I want to have
Enlighten us.
I want a forum like within the heritage community. I think this is going to be big. I think there are areas where it's going to create misinformation.
Yes,
So,
that's what I could see. Yeah.
So misinformation, and how do we put ourselves in that role? So as you guys as professionals, are you able to say, well, no, in fact, and which I've already seen happen. I mean, it already happens because say a student of mine will research something and they'll go off and you'll say, well, did you double check this? Because I know from my experience, from my own experience, that's incorrect. And they'll be like, well, no, it said it on when I Google searched it, it said it was, and I'm like, yeah, that's not critical.
Yeah, well,
thinking.
you have to use some discernment. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Critical thinking.
it might get us into trouble in places.
Yeah.
And I've seen it like when using specs, when using the specification, definitely people were copying and pasting like an architect. I'm sorry, Ria, but the architects would copy and paste a spec over and you'd find mistakes and you'd say, well, wait a minute, you just copied and pasted this from an older project of yours. And they go, oh yeah, right. I'm sorry about that. But it's the same thing. They're just taking other things that are out there and putting it in a new thing. This way, this will say, right, all the artificial intelligence will create it. Anyway, I'm spending all your time telling you all this stuff.
Good. It's enlightening. Yeah.
But another workroom will be that. We have an interns discussion tomorrow. That's another one that's happening tomorrow. To know what they would like as mentorship programs and so on. Yeah. So those are some of the things that are being communicated out there. Oh, another one is an informal network of the crafts and trades, which I've set up a call for that so that it would be trying to get more of the trades people and areas, because they have a lot of issues around cost of business, cost of supplies, time management, like they're just overwhelmed with work, but they don't have the people to do it. Training, lack of skills. There's all sorts of things like that. So that's one network. And then I think I might create these are not needed to be passed. They're not bylaw necessary. You don't need to.
They're part of education, aren't they? And bringing together members and
And the other one I was working on this morning was about the subscriber membership. There's a subscriber membership which is free. And I think I'm going to propose maybe using the subscriber because in the bylaws it says individual or institution, and somehow try to generate a tiered member, like subscriber membership that allows for individuals to join for free who are not professional members, but then for the institutions to have some sort of fee charge, and then they can benefit through it. And I think for the posting of positions, other organizations actually, you buy an institutional membership and then you get access to the posting positions and so on. So these are some of the ideas that are just floating around.
Great.
But okay, so we'll pass those two, or pass the one, which is to combine them. I will do that for you guys. And then the other one is I'll go through the position, and I might even ask you if I summarize them, maybe you could help me triage. Just if you see, and if you know of anyone that's interested in it's not many hours. It's only like 8 hours right now.
8 hours a month or a week?
8 hours a week.
A week, yeah.
It's not really a part-time. I'm calling it a part-time position, but it's so if there's someone in the office that's interested, or someone, a colleague that wants to pick up
really
some,
good with that can you?
I don't know. It's a bit of a commitment. It's not complicated, but I'll go through this afternoon. I've got a call with APT this afternoon with their executive director. But from now until then, I'll just triage the list of applicants and see if there's anyone with potential. And I could even
if you want to ever email out something, you can always take a look at it and give feedback. That's no problem.
If anyone has just 10 minutes to look through and say or that looks good,
or just give some thoughts.
Because I probably need a few perspectives. I don't want to be hiring anyone that I'm just sort of missing something. Okay. We went over, Ria. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Ria needs to go to the, Instituta de Museo.
The market for lunch.
Are you going to go to the university?
I think we're going to do maybe a tour because it's far. So a tour would take you around all the buildings. So
that's
maybe
on my bucket list.
Are you just there on vacation, Ria?
I try to spend time with my sister every year. We're both like architects and do the same things and like the same things. So we just travel every year somewhere and indulge in architecture and art. And
that's nice. And Alex you're in Kingston. Ria's generally in Toronto. And Lisa, you're on a Kitchener? No.
For now, yes.
For now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm moving in theoretically a month and a half to Belleville.
Oh, up to Belleville.
Closer to Kingston.
Wow.
Yeah.
What brings you to Belleville?
Yeah.
My husband was offered a job with Research Casting International.
Oh yeah, I think you mentioned that. Okay.
So he gets to build dinosaur mounts for a living.
Wow. Okay. Out of Belleville.
Yeah.
Well, they're based in Trenton, but the place we found that we liked was in Belleville.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh good. Oh, this is nice. I'm thinking of having a retreat maybe up in a historic site. I don't know if you know where Inverarden is. Do you guys know Inverarden? It's when I used to work for Parks Canada for a long time, and I was out of Kingston, the National Historic Sites superintendent out of there, and we had this site in Cornwall. It's an early fur trader house right on the water. You know, maybe, Alex? I don't know. You're nodding.
No, I haven't heard of it.
Oh yeah, well it's closed, you see, and it's not being used. And I was sort of wondering if there's a way we could do like an Eastern Ontario, like bring everyone up there. It's a beautiful historic house, Palladian inspired, but right on the waterfront. But they haven't been able to. No one's in Cornwall's been able to use it in years. Like this is like 10 years of it. So.
Oh geez.
So I was thinking, is there an opportunity for us to maybe do a retreat or something? And I'll have to find money for Jeannie to fly around.
You have to come and join.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
the
Yeah.
Canada Council used to have a house up in Gaspé, the Stanley House, which they used to, our organizations could rent it. I mean, and
Mhm.
people would go. So anyway,
Yeah.
just a thought.
Oh,
Just, I know
yeah.
that there's a few here and then, anyway, just a thought right now.
Yeah, no, you've got good ones.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. I
Okay,
think, I
yeah.
think I talked the most. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Was
But
that our
thanks.
last item then? That was our last item?
The new business, that was it.
Yeah.
Just adjournment. And, oh, next meeting is
Okay.
May, what is it, Ria?
Be the
I think
14th,
it's May 11
be
or
the
May.
8th, be the 8th,
8th?
May 8th, second, yeah, Monday, May 8th, yeah,
Okay,
so we'll.
okay. I
So,
took
so
up a
yeah,
lot of your
so
time.
Andrew, yeah, I think that the only thing, yeah, it would be our award stuff will be rolling out for May 1.
Okay,
to
Mm.
watch
it's
it.
May 1st is when it has to
May,
roll out.
May 1 is, yeah, we did May 1 last year, and I remember saying to the awards committee that we should, because just to give people time, right? And well, it was in May 1 this year is a Monday, right? Maybe it was
Okay.
May 2nd last year or something, but yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
May 1st. I'll note it on the calendar. Okay,
yeah,
I think
Yeah,
I've got
just-
it already.
yeah, it seems like what's worked well to just get it out then. Good.
Okay. Well, it was nice seeing all of you.
Yeah, you too, thanks,
Yeah,
Ann.
good to
Thank
see you
Yeah.
too.
you.
Yeah, nice to see you all, see you
And
in a
have,
month.
have fun, Ria.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hola.
Yeah, fun.
Next meeting, we'll hear your stories.
Yeah, let's hear.
Sure.
We live
Yeah,
vicariously
exactly.
through you.
Yeah.
Okay. See
Okay,
you.
see ya.
Bye.